All right, well, let's flick my bean and call the sheriff's department because CNNers, we got some hot stories for you today. Let's dive in. Guys, we are deep into October and it's a fish. Hot girl summer is over. Fred Durst Fall is in. Grab that oversized tee, cargos, goatee, and red cap because we're doing it all for the nookie, guys. So stoked. Fred Durst Fall makes me super optimistic about Gen Z. I'm so fired up that they declared this. And, yeah, I'm just feeling really good about this generation. You know, I had my doubts at the beginning, but now I'm just like, dude, I feel super positive about them, which is kind of my nature because I am an optometrist, but still stoked. Next up, what really happens when you bone 300 people in a year? Don't go anywhere.
Everybody, I'm so sorry in advance. My name is Alexandra Starr. I just released a song and I'm going to sing it for you guys right here. I hope you enjoy. I don't want your money. No cap, I'm a little drunk and I can call it now.
Okay, so Australian Annie Knight declared that she plowed 300 people in a year. Damn. Dude, she's not even taking weekends off. How does she log her stats? Like, is she doing like an Excel spreadsheet, QuickBooks? Dude, I used to do QuickBooks for my business. I ran a surf company and, yeah, don't do QuickBooks alone, guys. I totally muffed up my taxes. But anyways, I wonder if she takes notes too. If she took notes and I hooked up with her, I would not want to see my notes. Just being straight up. She says she even corked cooch with 5 different dudes in one day. Hell yeah. Dude, she's like the David Goggins of bumping uglies. Stay wet. She should have like motivational videos reminding everyone to keep boning and push past their limits, even if they feel like they've run out of juice. Also, do these 5 dudes know about that day? Like, what's the protocol on that? What's the hygiene protocol for her? Like a shower or just a Febreze on the clam? Interesting questions. People say she's disgusting, but I call her an athlete. You know, like she's probably like the first OnlyFans model to be sponsored by Athletic Greens. I want to know what her warm-up drills are like. Like, is she doing like fat downward dog or is she doing like the Stairmaster or maybe like, oh, I know what she's doing. Soul Cycle. Hell yeah. I just hope that one of these guys weren't in love. Like, this is kind of like the time I found out Siri wasn't real. And if any of these dudes were in love, I feel for them. Like, this is like the time I hooked up with Tracy Marcinko and she made me call my own Uber. Like, I didn't even get to make her pancakes. I was hoping we could cuddle, watch Bridgerton, but I don't know. I guess I didn't take her seriously when she said she was an athlete. Apparently your boy was just like a preseason scrimmage. But you know what's not a scrimmage? My heart. Okay? Yeah. What do you think about that, Tracy? I'm not just a box in your spreadsheet. That was 5 years ago and I'm still thinking about it. Also, I found out I was Virgin Daiquiri guy in her phone. Sorry for living, Tracy. Anyways, stoked on Annie's performance down under. Let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsors. What's up, guys? I'm here to tell you about this fresh, dank new merch that's available for a limited time only at shop.chatandjt.com. That's my girlfriend. Love you, babe. Guys, get on this today. You won't regret it. It's so legit. And Small Dong Shame, what up? Also, guys, we are on tour. Strider and I will be at the Grand Comedy Club in Escondido, San Diego area this Friday. 2 shows. We're going to be in New York City on November 8th. Minneapolis, November 16th, Detroit, 17th through 19th, and then early December, we will be at the Denver Comedy Works. Get your tickets at chatandjt.com. Let's get back to the show. That was good stuff. All right. Next up, a Vietnamese student applied to Miami University not knowing it was just in Ohio. Damn. This is truly heartbreaking, but honestly, so Ohio. Just using Miami's good name to try and increase their clout. Classic Ohio. I mean, haven't we put the Vietnamese through enough? Now we gotta pull the Miami switcheroo on them? Come on, Ohio. This is like the time I tried to go to Paris and I ended up in France. Like, I was trying to ride horses in Texas and then I ended up around all these Parisians who were like, bonjour. And I'm like, dude, does it look like I'm wearing a beret? Does it look like I'm trying to smoke cigs with a cougar? Actually, kinda, yeah. But no, I'm trying to rock chaps and freaking equestercise up. But seriously, guys, there's literally no worse feeling than thinking you're going to Miami and ending up in Ohio. I mean, think of the shock. That is some serious trauma. And if it's called Miami, do they even have the essentials? Like, can you see Pitbull live? Can you stand up paddle with Flo Rida? I want to know. Because Will Smith wasn't singing about Applebee's, okay? He was singing about eating ass in a yacht, which you can't do in Ohio. Unless you're on like a riverboat cruise, which actually would be pretty tight. Mark Twain style. And look, I love going to Ohio, but when I'm going to Ohio, I got to arrive prepared. I'm not trying to hit Fuddruckers in a Speedo. Not saying that Ohio doesn't deserve my bulge, but it's not a bulge place. You go to Miami to show your bulge. It's like I don't go to Ohio thinking I'm going to bear gooch. I go to Miami thinking about my gooch. Do you think when people were like founding the city of Miami, they're like, this is the city of ass? I think that's the case. Anyways, Miami, Ohio, it's just like a really bad cover band. You know, like the time I went to see Elvis and it was just a fat dude on a scooter. Really nice guy, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't the king. Although he and I did have a great conversation about political correctness in the US today. He kept asking me, he's like, dude, why can't I say anymore? We'll be back after these words.
Watch your back!
Hey man, he was in my face.
I'm in your face.
All right, up next we have a school bus driver who didn't know that White Claw had booze in it. Wait, it does? I thought White Claw was like a seltzer for girls with like long fingernails. These new booze names are so confusing. Like I thought Mike's Hard was just a beverage that gives you a boner, which sounds amazing. Like Viagra Lace Lemonade, sign me up. But I chugged 5 and I couldn't get it up. So yeah, sorry again, Brittany. I was sincerely trying to get a boner, but I just got duped by their marketing. So up next is the jacuzzi sculpting your rig. After these words.
Garrett, take your shirt off. Come on, Garrett. Take your shirt off, Garrett. Okay, now hold on. Now, Garrett's a killer. Am I right? Garrett, how old are you?
29.
Garrett, does this bother you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, according to Dr. Tom Cullen, a hot sesh in the jacuzzi for 30 minutes gives you as many benefits as going for a run. Yeah, you hear that, Dad? I'm not being lazy. I'm doing cardio. I always knew the spa was keeping me healthy. In fact, hot tubs should be mandatory. They benefit everything. You get healthier, you get drunk quicker, and the jets have masturbatory benefits, like for both males and females. Like you can either go in or it could come out, if you know what I'm saying. Schwing. Man, the Democrats were right. Swedish people perfected living. All right, next story. Okay, up next we got Chad's Hot Goss. Gwyneth Paltrow is saying that once she retires, she will disappear completely from public life. Yeah, that's what I told my parents when I said I was running away to Miami and I ended up in Ohio. Ring a bell? Well, I would just like to say, bon voyage, Gwen. Even if you do disappear, your legacy will live on through shallow hell and the vagina candle burning in my room. Love you, Gwen. You're the best. She is cool as hell. Last up, why does Tom Cruise no longer kick it with the Beckhams? After these words.
Someone wrote this song before, and I could tell you where it's from.
Hell yeah. So apparently when the Beckhams cruised to LA while David was on the LA Galaxy, Tom Cruise threw a massive rager for them and even introduced them to like the who's who of celebrities like Oprah and Iggy Azalea. But then after the Beckhams got the A-lister contacts, they just bailed on his ass. And Tom was like, dude, what? You're going to bail on TC? Dude, how do you bail on TC? What the heck happened? So I had my anonymous source, my girlfriend, look deeper into this, and apparently they bailed when Tom tried to get them into Scientology. So, yeah, look, Tom, I know you're the man. You're the freaking man. But when you try to bring science into the mix, it just wrecks the vibes. Like 100%, dude. And if I'm hanging with you, dude, I'm trying to do some skydiving. I'm trying to scale some skyscrapers, trying to do sprints. Like, I'm not looking to brush up on the periodic chart. Fact. Like, I respect the passion, but you gotta give the people what they want. And honestly, if I'm hanging with someone and they say E equals MC squared, I'm out. Even if it's Tom Cruise. Sorry, dude, but that's the truth. No science. Leave it to Neil. All right, now for the tanning report. Let's look at the best places to tan in the country. Woo! Whew. Sorry, North, but you are kind of sucking ass right now. Guys, if you want to stay bronze, looks like you got to go south. I'm talking Miami. I'm talking Texas. I'm talking Louisiana. SoCal, not to brag. Arizona. Freaking zonies. But you know what? We're still holding strong, guys. We're deep in October, and there's still a chance you can maintain your tan. So stay on it. All right, now let's check up on our finances. Let's see what the finance report is in the country. Okay. Not to be a pessimizer here, but this looks horrible. Whoa. Didn't expect the Dow to really freaking down me like that, dude. Come on, Dow. Now, I don't want to end on such a lame note, so let's look into our philosophy of the week. So our correspondent, ChatGPT, picked out Stoicism's indifference to external goods. And here's a breakdown. So in Stoicism, things are classified into two main categories: things that are intrinsically good or valuable, and things that are indifferent. The only things considered intrinsically good by Stoics are virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Everything else, including wealth, health, fame, and even life itself, is classified as indifferent. Wow. That's profound. Labeling something as indifferent doesn't mean Stoics don't care about it or don't recognize its value in daily life. Instead, it means that these things are not essential for leading a good or virtuous life. Oh, okay. One can be virtuous in both abundance and in lack. Tight. While some indifference, like health or wealth, might be preferred because they can facilitate virtuous actions, they aren't necessary for virtue. Conversely, some indifference, like illness or poverty, might be dispreferred because they present challenges, but they don't prevent one from being virtuous. Stoicism teaches that our unhappiness often arises not from the external events themselves, but from our judgments about them. For example, if we view wealth as the ultimate good, then its absence will make us unhappy. But if we see it as indifferent, we can appreciate it when it's present without becoming despondent when it's absent. Inner freedom. By recognizing the indifference of external goods, Stoics cultivate a sense of inner freedom. Their happiness and contentment don't hinge on external circumstances, but on their inner virtues and character. This perspective allows Stoics to remain tranquil even in adverse situations. Guys, here's the main thing. All right? Don't get so caught up in the attachments to, wealth, fame, all these kinds of things, even health. You can still be virtuous. You can still live a good life. You can still exemplify wisdom, courage, temperance, even if you don't have those things. And when we look at those external things like wealth and fame as, indifferent, as things that we don't truly need in order to live a good life, then that frees you up. And you can just be like, wow, I feel so liberated and free. Like I don't need to get like the Apple 15 to feel like I'm stoked. I can just, sit here and be freaking wise as hell. And that gets me stoked. And that fires me up. Oh, man, I love philosophy. Guys, I'm glad we ended up on that note. Sorry about the finance report. Dow let me down this week. But now, to end this week's show, we will have Brittany dance us on out. Brittany?